every day I can just go hard. The ballers that I film, help them grow. You just signed to Kansas. A lot of it had to do with film, for sure. I don't know, I guess I'm just passionate about ball. That's it, man. I'm like silver this, silver that, silver slashes. There you go. Like, it has to do with basketball, but it's also not limited to basketball. Kind of bludge subjects I can, but also like, because they're bludge, make sure I can go through 11 in year 12 and do something on the side creatively. So I'm like, because other kids I know, they have so much homework, like I don't really have a lot. I'm just kind of breezing through while also having to do, you know, the bare minimum and still go pretty hard with that. Like, I'm not like a drop kick, like I still study and stuff. So, but yeah, nah, I don't know if that answers the question.
It answers your question because it shows your perspective on this. It's like, you know, you're getting through it. You're not trying to not do anything, but you're just trying to get through it so you can move on to your older passions. So, what is after high school then for you?
After high school,
late on, man.
Damn, bro. Like there's a lot of stuff. So I still want to do this. Silver slashes is what I want to do. I have to like, because once I have that free time and every day I can just go hard, like not non-stop, and I can film a lot more. That's really gonna help the business grow, help everything, help the ballers that I film, help them grow. So that's definitely
the goal.
That's the main goal right now. But there's also some other things I want to do. I have two older brothers. Definitely not too sure yet, but I want to do something with them in business because they're both quite business minded too. I already work with the one brother with this Silver Slashes, but he's more behind the scenes and he does photography as well. So he's not really doing the editing as much, but he's doing a lot of other stuff behind the scenes. So yeah, and you never know, might pick up some random hobbies, DJing maybe, anything.
But in this age and all this kind of stuff, this is the time to try things and And, you know, eventually when, you're 40, 50 and you get to tell people, like, bro, I DJ'd for 6 months. That shit was epic. And you can just have a portfolio to show for future. And another thing you said that really resonated with me is that when you said you're helping the players, grow and stuff, right? When I was talking to Sean, and Tommy mentioned this as well, like, all they talked about was like, oh, I'm just going to perform at the place and get some new film and, take it to the next level. I didn't realize how heavy it is just about film and exposure. Yeah, I didn't realize either until I started getting into it. I'm like, damn, bro, like, these players, in order for them to, like, get to new levels, they need to see film. Because I was like, I don't know how heavy it is. And I'm talking, because I've been doing a bunch of NBL 1 this season. Yeah. And I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure, like, how heavy the film aspect is or if scouts come along. So I just saw this one guy. He got... where did he go? He just signed to Kansas. Yeah, I literally just saw that Instagram. Yeah. And I'm like, I wonder how much, like, film throughout the season has helped him get that exposure, or I wonder if, like, university scouts have been coming to games. And, like, so I don't know. So, but I'm thinking, like, a lot of it had to do with film for sure. Absolutely. And, like, the NBL 1 film that they take during the game and highlights from that. So, yeah, no, I think film is actually becoming quite a big thing, especially in this country. Absolutely right. Yeah. Because when I was talking to Sean, he was saying that, at America, there's scouts at every game. Yep. Even for a Div 3 scholarship, or even like every aspect there's scouts. But in Australia, unfortunately, not as many. So people like you who make those mixtapes and make those edits and all this kind of stuff, at least provide help. They're not helping. Yeah. They're like giving more exposure to it. Yep. So it would be really interesting to see, someone like some athlete recognize you for what you've done in terms of how they've been exposed into the industry. Were you able to see like any athletes who made edits of that and have actually thanked you about it? Oh, like whenever I make like edits, like 90% of the people, like, they'll just send me a DM like, oh, bro, appreciate the mixtape, that goes hard as, you know. But damn, I'm trying to think. I feel like there has been like where I've made an edit and then like someone like that guy ends up like going even higher level since then. I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I think
if it hasn't happened, it definitely
will happen.
Will happen, yeah.
Because you've seen all these famous high school basketball players that is dunk on someone, someone's filming it, and then it just explodes.
Yeah.
And something like that created that. Okay, Silver Slashes.
Yes.
Why the name? What started out?
So random, bro. So I'm like, damn, all right, I'm gonna make this film thing, right? I need a name. Yeah. I'm sitting in the lounge with my brother. I'm like, what do we call this? What do we do? Like, the names are always the hardest thing when you're creating a new thing. I'm like, what is a random name that we could make? And we're just like, Silver something, Silver this, and then I'm like, I think it was me. I'm like, Silver Slasher, Slashers in 2K.
Yeah.
I'm Slashers in 2K. Silver's just random as hell. Like, just put it together. Because, you know what it was? My brother was thinking about the superhero Silver Surfer.
Yeah, okay.
At the time. So he came up with the Silver idea. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. And I'm like, Silver this, Silver that, Silver Slashes. There you go. Like, it has to do with basketball, but it's also not limited to basketball. So it's a bit random.
I can't believe I did not recognize it until you're talking that Slashes in 2K. I completely didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, why Slashes? And then you kept saying Slashes. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm such an idiot. I've been playing 2K for all my life.
2K, bro.
Slasher, bro. All right. Okay, well then, that's the name.
Yep.
When was the first time you picked up a camera?
When I started this, bro.
But when was that? Tell me from the very beginning.
The first time I ever picked up a camera was, bro, I was probably like 11, 10. It was like because my dad's big into photography.
Yeah.
And he has big ass camera lenses and big cameras, and I'm like, oh yeah, can I have a go? Like, you're always stopping at random, like if we go on a family road trip, you're always stopping at random spots taking photos. I'm like, can I hold it? He's like, yeah, sure. So I'm like holding it, and then, but I never got into it then. And the first time I picked up the camera was, it would have been last year, 2022, July probably.
Okay.
First time I filmed like a game, everything. And I was like, the night before, I'm like, bro, okay, how does this thing work? I was watching YouTube videos. I'm like, how does it do it? And like, the first game I ever recorded, I wasn't that bad filming, but like, if I just compare film now compared to then, bro, it's rough. Like, I'm following the ball really roughly. Like, I don't know what to exactly look for, what to record, what not to record. So that was like, that's the big difference since then.
Yeah,
but,
good. Yep. That's what I thought. I was like, there's no reason why it was turned that way.
There we go.
Happy days, go.
But yeah, so that's kind of the reason why, like, the difference. But yeah, the first time I picked it up was when I created the business, and it was very small. Like, I wasn't charging anyone anything. Like, I did it. I offered like my friend, I'm like, hey bro, like, let me come to one of your games, local com games. I'll just film for you, bro. Like, just be fun. You know, get a bit of clips for yourself. And previously, I've already known how to edit, so I was like, cool. I make my own film and then chuck it in the software and go crazy.
Yeah,
have fun with it. But yeah, that's probably when I first picked up the camera, July last year, 2022.
Okay, now, when you had your first game and you made your edits and all this, right? When did you go, bang, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. Ooh. How long did it take you? What was it like? You know, one of your TikToks like went boom, and then you're like, oh shit, this is what I want to do.
I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't a bang moment for me.
There wasn't
a bang moment, but it was like a moment over time. So I'm trying to think of like moments where it was quite significant. I think maybe the first game I filmed, I'm like, cool, that's cool. And then, so I met Tommy like last year for the first time, who was on this podcast recently. Fresh guy, shout out Tommy.
Love Tommy.
And I met him last year, and he invited me and a bunch of like other boys to come and play like at this scrimmage that was happening with UNC. I don't know if you guys know UNC. Also, shout out UNC. So it was a random scrimmage in Blacktown. UNC boys, Tommy was going because, you know, he just come back from America. They're like, you know, let's get like, it's holidays for the American guys, and everyone's chilling, holidays for the school kids as well. Bring them all together. And I went there, and my mates were going to play and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'll play too. But then I'm like, wait, I just started this filming thing. I may as well just go film. Because I'm like, let me just go film, right? Bro, I pull up. I didn't even know we had good hoopers like this in Australia. I pull up, bro. We got these 6'10" dudes dunking. Like, bro, I was, and I'm like, bro, these guys, damn, they're so good. They must be like I wonder how old they are. Like, Tommy's like, oh yeah, that guy's 15, 6'10", like 6'10", just came back from America or something. I'm like, what what do you mean, bro? What do you mean it's 15? So you're telling me it's like 2 years younger than me? And he's like, yeah, I'm just like, yeah, bro. All right, that's crazy. And then like the majority of the guys were like a year older than me, a year younger than me, and I still record for a lot of them boys today. But yeah, I was just like, after I went there, and I'm like, shit, this content can actually be good, like a real good, like, I don't know how big, like, because my experience in basketball before that was just local comp.
Yeah.
So, you know, pretty random, nothing like too outstanding. But then, yeah, when I started like going up the levels, seeing better players and stuff, I'm like, okay, like, this is pretty fun. Like, you know, I just love being there for the big moments.
Yeah.
And then thinking about how I'm going to jump on the computer when I go home, chuck it all together.
Yeah.
Upload it, see how it goes. Some do trash, some do good. And that's the fun part about it for me. And I think that's what kept me going and what still keeps me going today.
Now, I want to go with that. I want to talk to you about that. But otherwise, if I don't mention this, we're not going to go back. We're going to forget about it. So, basketball. When did it start for you?
Basketball?
Basketball.
Okay, basketball started 13 years old,
13
probably.
years old, okay.
I like just went to high school for the first time. Met a bunch of friends. They were all going to the basketball courts. I was trash. Couldn't hoop for nothing. I mean, I'm still not the best today, but a lot better than what I was, bro. I remember them. I'm like, bro, can you guys teach me how to lay up? Like, I was still asking them. I'm like, I'm struggling laying up, bro. Like, because I think we had basketball trials or something, like year 7 basketball trials, and both my 2 friends, they made the A team, and I'm like, bro, teach me how to lay up. Like, I don't know how this is horrible. I can't lay up. I can't even put the ball up. And they're like, all right, so like, whenever you put the layup, like, you know, stand a bit further back, like you're doing it right under the rim. And I'm like, oh, okay, sweet. And like since then, like throughout from then on, like year 7, year 8. Year 8 was my first team, local comp team. And I just, year 7, year 8, year 9, I would go down to the local court like every day, like every second day. I was just having fun, really. Like whenever there were older guys there, I'd just try and play against them. Like I'd get bodied low key because I was so small. But
yeah,
it was that's when basketball kind of started. And I've just been playing ever since. Just local comps, having fun, man. Like it's all just been fun. I've obviously thought about like taking ball serious, but I know that it's a lot of work you got to put in, and I know how much work there needs to be. But I was never really like, I was like, and I tried it at some stages, like everyone does. I'm like, you know what? All right, if I play every day, make a range, like a schedule, and this is how I'm gonna do it, then sweet. And then I'm like, okay, I can't stick to a schedule. I'm not. This isn't for me. Like, ball's for me. I love ball, but going to the next levels and becoming pro, going to reps, I just don't think I need to put in a lot of work, and that's work I would rather put into a business or something else like that. So
I'm glad you said that, because it's not even about, you know, if you want to be those, you know, elite basketball players. It's not even about being the laziness or the, like, you know, oh, I don't want to work out. It's just about where am I going to put my time and effort in, and where is it going to be paid out the most?
Yep.
You know what I mean? And for you, it's paid out because you're now, you know, everyone knows who you are. Everyone wants you to film them, all this kind of stuff. It's paid out for you because you've got that kind of culture behind you. Okay, so you played basketball, you started filming, and it's going really, really well.
Yep.
Talk to me about your, like, the stage from after your first event and you're starting to get a follow. What happened after that?
After, like, I got my first kind of bunch of guys following.
Yeah. Like, was it like DMs like, hey, bro, we need you on these courts?
So a lot of it comes back to that game that I went to with Tommy, all those guys. Like, as I'm leaving, they're all outside. They're like in their cars and stuff. And I'm like, me and Tommy are leaving because I'm taking him home and stuff. And as I'm going past, like, the cars are like, hey, bro, come here. I'm like, all right, bet. I walk over to them. They're like, what's your Instagram, bro? And I'm just like Silver Slashes. You know, it's such a foreign name to everyone. They're like, what? Silver what? Like, I'm like, Silver Slashes, you want me to type it for you? Some of them are like, yeah. Some of them are like, oh, I found it. And they follow. And I remember like having like 10 followers. And after that night, I had like 5 probably. After that night, I had like 35, nearly 40. I'm like, damn, all right, this is sick. And then I posted that, a mixtape from that, and put a Young Boy song in the background. Went so hard, bro. It went so hard. And like, I got so many followers from that. But, and I remember like all those boys that were there, they all shared it on their stories. It was just bang, 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 bang. I'm like, what is happening, bro?
That just happens,
like,
bro.
It was sick. I'm like, bro, they're like community just supporting, man. Like, it's cool as. And then from there, I actually don't remember what happened from there. Like, I low-key got to swipe down my page and like see what order of mixtapes I did. I think I did a couple. Oh, you know what? Baller's Way, man. I forgot about Baller's Way. Baller's Way, he invited me to like come film. It was like my first paid thing.
Okay.
And it was a game at Hills Hornets, Blacktown Storm under 18s versus Sharks finals under 18s. And I go to that game. Oh, it was a rough game for me.
Yeah, what happened?
I go there. So before I'd filmed, that's right. Before I filmed for Hawkesbury Jets.
Yeah.
For this guy named Arian and his team. I'm like, you know, this guy's cool. Like Arian, I'm gonna go film for him. Shout out Arian. And and I'm like, all right, bet I'm gonna film their game. Sweet. Film the game. And I'm like, meanwhile, I've never filmed for this long. So I don't know how long this battery's gonna last me. I go to the next game, which is the one that I'm actually getting paid for.
No.
And
No. Oh.
I go to the game and I'm like filming, bro, and I'm like, red bar. What does that mean? I could tell what it means. It's just a little battery logo and it's like flashing red. I'm like, bro, surely this lasts me to like halftime. It's only the first quarter right now. Like, surely this lasts me to halftime. Thing just shuts down on me. I'm like, no way. And there's no way I can charge it and stuff. And like, I'm like, bruh, this is not good. And I'm like, I went over to the guy Hero. I'm like, hey, bro, the thing just stopped because he was watching the game. I'm like, my camera's out of battery. And he's like, oh, damn, bro. Like, he was really nice about it though, and I thank him for that. It was such a G. He's like, he went to Castle Hill because it was at Hills. He went to Castle Hill shops real quick to look for a camera battery, like everything, bro. Like he was gonna buy it for me. I'm like, damn, bro. Like this guy's so nice for that. And then it was a bad game to miss too. But at the end of it, he was really chill. He was like, yeah, you know, just buy it, like, yeah, when you get home, like, because you can't find it in stores, the battery. It's like, just buy another one when you get home. And I did straight away. I'm like, I'm not going to make that mistake again, ever. But yeah, so that game was a bad game to miss. One player, John, dropped 50.
Oh.
Dropped 50 on the Sharks.
That's always...
And the thing is as well, his team lost in the finals. 50, he scored 50, they lost. It was like a pretty crazy final. And I remember, because I was just watching the rest of the game, I'm just like, bro, I can't believe I missed it. And I see him like right before halftime ends or something like that, throws down this huge poster. And I'm like, bro, how am I missing this, man? How did I make this mistake? But yeah, that's probably...
When I started filming, and it obviously has to happen for everyone when they first film, I use my Lumix camera. You know, I've saved up so much money for it. You know, I've got my SD cards. Never had a problem with anything. One of my mates, he was my first ever professional gig. Right, like, hey, can you come down? We're going to film a promo for, you know, this business thing. I'm like, yeah, sweet, all good, right? Did everything. We were about to leave to go to the city because I had like a party when we go over there. We're about to leave. I took one more photo of the outside, and then it just said SD card
malfunction.
SD card full,
bro.
And I was like, that's okay. Let me just quickly, you know, delete the old footage, you know, because I've never had a full SD card. Shut down, restart. All of my footage, 128 gigabytes of footage and everything, deleted.
Was that just the camera playing up, or was it like something you did on accident?
That's the thing. I clicked a button that said delete, but it just dysfunction, deleted every folder. So I'm like, bro, this is not good. That's why it makes you think, all right, I need an extra battery and I need to do these things.
For sure.
Now, after your gig and it failed, what was the next one? What was the next one that was like, you know, you really popped off? What was that gig? You really just vibed. You had so much fun. What was it?
There's only one way to know.
Oh, only one way to know.
I'm going to get my phone out. 1 sec. I'm going to find this real quick. I'm already on the page. Beautiful. Let me scroll down.
Well, while we're finding it, please follow us on Spotify, YouTube, and Instagram. Follow Silver Slashes on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok.
Yep,
those are the three. The triple threat. He's come out during his trial prep. Is it trials?
Trials, bro.
Trials. He came out during his trials after an exam to be on the podcast. I didn't know that, and I probably would have told him not to. But, you know, I respect the hustle there.
I know what happened. Okay, yeah, keep going.
That's it.
There we go. So it's actually good to scroll through this because I can kind of see a storyline as I go up. So the next one after that, and this was crazy. It was Blacktown Storm versus Penrith. One of the players hit me up. And they're like, I forgot which player hit me up, but they're like, hey, bro, like this is one of the guys from the original scrimmage that I was at. They're like, hey, bro, Storm, we got a game. Penrith, can you come out and film? this wasn't anything paid. Like at this time, I was like, bet, like I'm just looking for film, bro.
Absolutely
just have fun, like just have fun, bro. Make some cool clips for the guys, everything. So I go to this game. I'm like a bit late. I'm like 3 minutes late. You know, it's nothing much, but that's not an issue. So I go to the baseline where Storm is scoring. Best decision I've made in my life. Like 4 plays into the game when I got this for like, so maybe 5 minutes into the game. For me, like 2 minutes into the game. Point guard's running the ball up. Backdoor cut from JP, big guy. Like maybe, I don't know, that guy's tall as hell, like 6'8" or something. Backdoor cut. Loses his defender. Ball dots right down the gap to him. Catches it. Puts it up.
Bang!
Poster. Full poster. Complete utter disrespect of a poster. and like he's holding onto the rim and he like swings up and slaps the shit out of the backboard and is like, and I don't think he got a tech somehow as well,
bro,
which is the funniest thing.
I was literally just thinking like, bro, he would have got tech.
Because like all the team came around him, like I can't go, like walking him away, and he's got his hands up. It's like no, like it's cool. The ref didn't give him a tech, but he got his free throws and or his free throw because he got the poster.
Yeah,
but yeah, that clip did really well on Instagram and TikTok. I think that's that was probably the first big clip I had. Yeah, and like the first best clip I've had as well. Yeah. But yeah, and that game, another guy, same game. It was such a good game. It was like, bro, that's low-key one of the games that got me hooked. Yeah. Another play like halfway into the game, one of the plays on Storm, Moga was running the ball, snatch back, broke someone's ankles. Right there, why is he lying down? Pulled up for 3, just missed. Back room. But it was like, I was like, damn, bro, like, damn, like he was slipping and sliding. But
you talk with so much passion about basketball. And I love it. It's great. That's what you need. Why?
Bro, it's fun, eh? I don't know. That's what I think. It's just passion. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I guess I'm just passionate about ball. That's it, man.
Does it just get you excited?
Yeah. I feel like, like just thinking back to those times as well and the times ahead, I'm like, yeah, it's cool. Like, it's pretty exciting to me.
Now, you know, you talked about this previously about, you know, them reposting you and like you got like 30 people to like repost you, and about the community behind it. Why can you talk to me about that community? Like, why do you love it? Why is it so? I can't think of the right word, but it's just like it brings you into it, and it's just such a community. Talk to me about that.
I think everyone in that community just wants to see everyone succeed. Yeah, like I think that's a big thing. So a lot of the boys, you know, like sometimes I get messages from some of them. They're just like, hey, bro, like, I've gotten to someone like they just text me like on some chit chat stuff, like on my, not even on my personal, on the main account. I'm like, it's like, hey, bro, like appreciate you texting me. And then I'm like, we're just talking for a bit, and that's it. Like they just really want to see like, how is he going, like, you know, and like build that connection. And then, you know, maybe in the future I come to some of their games, get them good, get them right, get them some good film, good edits, everything. So I think everyone just wants to see everyone succeed. Yeah, that's a big part of it. Yeah.
Now, when will this be enough for you?
Basketball and filming?
Yeah.
Oh,
because like, I mean, this statistically, the only way this goes up is like, you know, you're actually filming NBA games. Yeah. But I don't think that's what you don't want to be a broadcaster. I think like you just want to be a part of the culture. So what is that?
That's the thing. I do want to film NBA games.
Done. All right. Happy days.
So, but that's not it. So it's not just NBA games and I'm done. What I want the page to become, a, what's the way to put it? I want it to become a portal where, let's say I'm filming NBA in a couple years, 3 years, and I have players, you know, that know the content. And when I mean filming NBA, I'm talking like, you know, the guys that sit in the baseline with the cameras and stuff, not the big broadcaster guys. Yeah. So I'm like sitting baseline, getting footage. My brother probably taking photos with me. That would be the dream. Yeah. But then with that, I also want to be coming back to Australia or having people in Australia filming for the account, so that we have on one page on Instagram, just one, and I know this has been done before, but there's one page on Instagram where pros are following, coaches of pros are following, scouts are following, everyone's kind of following, you know, it's cool little community page. But then we also, let's say yesterday we posted LeBron just getting a poster dunk. Today we're posting a player from Hills Hornets getting a poster dunk. You know what I mean? Like just young guys and old guys. So these young guys are like, damn, this is sick. I'm getting posted with the pros. They're like, you know, that like the coach is going to see me too. They're going to see what I can do. And then also the pros are just like, they get to see some of the young talent as well and see their own stuff, obviously. But
so your goal is to bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap, 100%. And like, I want to go to like as many leagues as possible too. Like not just be Australia and America. Like that was the original goal. But now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, Europe would be sick as well.
Europe would be sick.
Euro leagues and the crowd there is crazy.
Oh yes, they are.
So just get an atmosphere. Everyone can see, everywhere across the world. Ball. Everyone connects with this one language, but everyone's speaking a different language.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
So yeah,
that's
the goal.
I like that goal because there's so many variations you can put that to. It just can just grow and grow and grow.
Sure.
And then be bought by ESPN for like $5 billion, and that'll make you a happy man, I assume. Okay, so you talk about community. You love all these people. Who's going to the NBA?
Who's going to the NBA?
Who's from Silver Slashes verified?
Silver Slashes verified. Who's going to the NBA?
What do you? Just tell me what you got. What do you have?
Okay, well, my boy Tommy, if he puts that work in, I know he's gonna go far.
Bro, he's too short. I'm fucking with you.
Hey Tommy, I wouldn't take that, bro. If you're watching this, I wouldn't take that. Come back to Australia right now. Get in the plane. Let's go. No, I think Tommy's got it. He's got to put a lot of work in.
Yeah.
But he's been doing that. He's been ready for that. Players from that are currently still in Australia though, I see a lot of potential in a bunch of the Storm boys. Some like
Blacktown Storm.
Yeah, Blacktown Storm. Specifically, I will say there's a lot. I can go forever.
You go forever, bro.
Got my guy Moga. Moga will go crazy. I know he will.
Yeah.
Bro's different. Like he's way shorter than me. I'm like 6 foot. It's not way shorter than me. He's like 5'10". Bro's putting poster dunks in games. Like
wow. So it's just a mad vertical.
He's freak athletic, but he can shoot too.
Yep.
So I see potential in Moga. He's just gotta get to that next level, my guy. I believe in you. I know you can. That's easy. Teams definitely need a point guard. Paytok, I don't know if you know Paytok. He was at that park takeover, the one with Cam Wilder.
Yeah. And
you got that crazy highlight, where Moses went through the legs, alley-oop to him, caught the poster dunk. Paytok's got it, bro. Paytok's got it, for real. Same thing. Like, at the end of the day, all these guys just got to keep working. There's a bunch of other guys, man. Like, who else? I saw this young guy. I don't know his name, but he's also on Blacktown Storm. I was supposed to film one of his games, but I wasn't able to. Yeah. He's in, like, under 16s.
Yeah.
Bro, I saw him put a poster dunk in under 16s.
That's like, that's a testament. That's how it works.
It's quite ridiculous. So, I don't know much about him, but, hopefully he goes well. Who else?
What do you think is, when you have these athletes who go to Australia, they are in Australia, but then they go to America to play ball and all these things, do you think that is the appropriate action to get to the higher levels? Basically, if you go to America, you're already one step ahead of every Australian? Or do you think there's enough training and enough elite kind of academy in Australia to have an equal opportunity?
I don't think there's an equal opportunity. I can't lie.
Lay it on me.
In Australia, like, I feel like it depends what level you are in ball and where you are in your career. But I think as a young guy, if you're 17, 18, 19, and you get an offer to go to America, you got to take it.
You have to
take
it.
Like if you get an NBL offer, pro NBL, and you get a college offer, if I had to choose,
tell me what would you choose?
I would go college.
Really?
And the only reason is because I feel like actually NBL has been pretty good. Actually, they got the Next Star program now, but I think if you're just getting a normal contract to the NBL, I think the only guys that I can think of, like, off my head that, like, because there's some guys from America, like LaMelo Ball, instead of college he came to the NBL and went to the NBA. Yeah. And there's great product. Like, not that Australia can't get it right. Australia has been doing really well getting a lot of it right. Yeah. But as a young guy going to America, I just feel like it's a good way to go. If you're from America, you have options. If you're American and you come to Australia, there's hype about this American guy coming to Australia, coming to the NBL.
You're an individual instead. Yeah.
If you're an Australian going to the NBL, it's like homegrown talent. Like, it could be really good. It's a bit less hype. Like, I think about when LaMelo came over, everyone's like, bro, it's LaMelo Ball, like NBA bound. Like, he was already locked in to go to the NBA, basically. Yeah. So I think, generally Australians, if you're young, I feel like America's the way to go. But not just college. Like, there's good programs as well. OTE, I feel like, is a really good program, up and coming. Yeah. There's a bunch of other stuff, but but I don't know. I feel like young guy, Australia, go to America. If you're American, you do whatever. Go to college, go to Australia.
I get what you're saying, because in my opinion, I thought NBL because, you know, if you're getting paid, you're getting a lot more views. But then
that's a good point too.
But then I take, for example, Xavier Cooks.
Yep.
Right? I think he got MVP, 2-time champion, like everything crazy, right? Now he's in Washington Wizards, right? He's been playing for the NBL for quite a while. He's had to win 2 championships and then an MVP, and now he's got his NBA contract.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, I honestly can't think off the top of my head, right? But like other people,
well, I think of
go to college
Dyson Daniels.
Yeah,
Dyson Daniels, Australian. Same with Josh Giddey, Australian. They both went to. Actually, Josh Giddey was NBL.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, Josh Giddey.
Josh Giddey was NBL. Yeah. But I think he was one of those guys. It's like, okay, he's NBL, but he's here for 1 year or 2 years. Yeah, and we know, like, depending on how he goes, he's like already looking good, NBA ready. But yeah, no, there's a lot of ways to go, I think. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
that's why we have Silver Slashes. You know, bridge the gap. Bridge the gap.
Bring them all together.
Okay, so if you could have in the next 5 years, what is your goal for Silver Slashes?
Next 5 years.
Next 5 years.
How old will I be? 23. So next 5 years.
Yeah.
I want to definitely be set in America, like not live there, but like have gone back and forth multiple times, have my name set in stone there.
Yeah. Being
already in NBA next 5 years, that would be amazing too.
Yeah.
Definitely want to film OT as well. I love that league. I don't know why. It's just sick. And I also, like, in the next year or two, here in Australia at least, I want to be 100% doing some NBL stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing NBL 1, and that's been sick as well. Can't lie. I love NBL 1 was such a good experience because now the season's over, I might go to a couple more finals games if I can. But, yeah.
Before we continue, NBL 1, is that a thing that you just like, you know what, I need to find the best talent, or were you offered to go to places for the NBL 1?
NBL 1,
like
funny story.
Yeah, go for it.
So, Elijah Washington, he plays for Sydney Comets, and he like texted me on Instagram. He's like, "Hey bro, come to one of my games," and I'm like, "He's like, I'll put you on my list, like my whatever list he's allowed in, whatever." And I'm like, "Oh sweet." So I'm like, NBL, this will be cool as. And I go there, and I'm like filming the first quarter, and I get told like, you need to have a media pass for NBL 1. And I'm like, what? This is NBL 1, bro. Like it's the exposure
really that big. Yeah.
The exposure in Australia is already bad enough. Like it's just let people film, bro. Like it's cool. And I was like, bro, low-key, I was arguing a bit. I'm like, what? Like just check the list again. He said I'm on his list. And they're like, no, it's a different list. You got a media list. So I applied for this media list when I got home. Took like 2-3 weeks to come in.
Wow, okay.
And after that, I went back to his game, another game that he had. And then I realized, I'm like, all right, sweet. This pass isn't just for one team. Like, because this is just like a kind of freelance pass. Because there are filmers and stuff.
Yeah.
That I know film for specific teams and photo for specific teams. But there's also people like me, I guess, who I'm not getting paid by any NBL or NBL 1 team. None of that. So
yeah,
I'm just going to games. Literally just going to have fun.
Yeah.
Like, get some cool highlights. And I think that was a big thing as well for me. Like, because I don't, as much as I want to be higher up, and the best way to do that is to get paid by a team and work for a team, I want to be more of like a freelance kind of thing. I getcha. So like instead of working for the Sydney Kings, work for the NBL. You know what I mean? So that they can send me out to whatever game they want or whatever. And that would be cool for sure. But yeah, so that's what happened with NBL 1. I did this media thing. The guy sent me the link to how to do it. I'm like, all right, cool. And I think they assess you or whatever. It's not much to assess. It's a bit of information. And then they send you the pass, and then I'm still sweet to just go to any game for the rest of the season. So
I actually like that system. I mean, it sucks that originally, I mean, let them get filmed, but for now you to be able to go to any game and you almost felt like you're meant to be there. You know what I mean? You're allowed to go where you need to go to get the shots where you need to get. You know what I mean?
It's so funny though, because like I can't lie, bro. It's quite a weird system. I go to like some of the games and I'm like, oh yeah, I'm here filming. Show them the little media pass. They're like, oh, this is the first time I've seen this. I'm like, what? Like, bro, I've just been given this pass from NBL 1. I'm like, damn. Okay, I like
this doesn't like so for some places like this doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, well, actually, most places they're just like they suss you for a bit. They're like, okay, can I take a photo of it? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. Like, it's all good. But Yeah, no, so yeah, it's a weird pass, but
yeah.
Nevertheless, since I've got it, I haven't not been able to go to games.
So in your 5-year plan, I know I cut you off, but you didn't mention anything about your merch, which is what you've been trying to start up. So talk to me about, you know, is that like a merch? Is that like what's the goal of that? He's got it out. He's got
merch, fellas.
Ooh, hang on a second. That actually looks fucking hype.
Yep, it's pretty fresh.
Hold on, can I hold up to the camera? I'll show it. Make sure you can see it. Look at that. I'll put it over there. Look at that. That's actually sick.
Unfortunately for this drop, the front part won't be there anymore. But
oh, bro,
it's sad. It's sad. It is sad. I actually prefer it with the front, but there were like complications with getting it on the front, so we can't do the front anymore, which is annoying. But it's just the back logo now. But yeah, merch. I forgot to mention merch. So we're starting up a merch brand, Slashes Wear.
Slashes Wear.
Yeah, Slashes Wear.
Bro, this is not. I'm liking your business mindset, bro. This is impressive. Yeah, right. Keep going.
The thing with this merch though, even though it's a bit of an off-breed from our Silver Slashes account, we will eventually, like all our initial customers will probably be from that account and people that know us through the ball community. Yeah. But we don't want it just to be a basketball exclusive brand. We want to expand it to streetwear, general streetwear. Yeah. And you never know where we can, like with the merch, it's like really baby stages. So I feel like there's a lot we can do. We have a lot of ideas. We've made a lot of mock-ups for other stuff. But there's definitely, there's a lot of stuff we want to do with the merch. Don't know yet exactly what. We're just making sure we get this first drop done, make sure it's done right.
Exactly right. Don't rush it. Get it done right and then learn from it. Get it.
Exactly.
Get to the next
exactly.
step.
Yeah. And make them, and whatever money we make from that, chuck it straight back in.
Absolutely right.
But that's about it for the merch. There's not much, but the design's pretty fresh.
It's a good start. Well, thank you very much for joining the podcast today. Have to shout out your social media. Check it out. So shout it out.
Make sure you guys check out Silver Slashes on Instagram. I'm gonna show you the page right now, just so you don't forget, real quick.
Yeah,
there we go. Silver Slashes on Instagram. Make sure you guys check it out. Silver Slashes on Instagram. Yep, check it out. And then Silver Slashes O on TikTok. We couldn't get the Silver Slashes name on TikTok, but it's basically the same content. Sometimes there's different stuff up there though that we don't post on Instagram. Slashes Wear on Instagram as well. I'm not going to get it up on Instagram again. That was such a mission. And then our YouTube, Silver Slashes, we actually haven't posted on that for a hot minute, but do check it out. We definitely want to get that going once I'm done with school. So,
Happy days.
Happy days. That's it.
Well, thank you very much for joining the podcast today.
Thanks for having me, bro. Appreciate it.
All good. Thank you very much for listening on Spotify. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And catch you all later. Was once around the way.